So hello friends, welcome back to revision time. So we were studying about motion. So now let us continue and derive the equations of motion by graphical method. So there are basically three equations of motion. These are the relation between the two quantities. First is the relation between velocity time, that is v is equal to u plus at. Second is the position time relation, that is s is equal to ut plus half at square. Third is the position velocity relation, that is v square minus u square is equal to 2as. So in all these equations, u is the initial velocity of the object, a is the uniform acceleration, t is time, v is final velocity of object, and s is the distance traveled by the object. So first we will derive the velocity time relation, that is v is equal to u plus at. So clearly the graph is between time and velocity, where x-axis we have time and y-axis we have velocity. So we can see that OA is equal to CD, that is equal to u. OE is equal to CB, which represents v, that is final velocity. OC is equal to AD, that is time. Also BD is equal to BC minus DC, which represents the change in velocity. We should also know that AD is parallel to OC. So now BC is equal to BD plus C. BD plus C forms BC. Since DC is equal to OA, we can put it as BC is equal to BD plus OA. So here BC is V and OA is U, and we get this equation and mark it as 1. In the velocity time graph, we know that slope tells us the acceleration. So A is equal to BD over AD, also which is equal to BC over OC. Here OC is equal to T, we already know that. So we can put A is equal to BD over T. So we finally get BD is equal to AT and mark it as 2, and when we put this in first equation, we get V is equal to AT plus U. Ultimately V is equal to U plus. So next is the position time relation, which is S is equal to UT plus half AT square. So here also we have velocity time graph, where S is the distance traveled by the object in time t with the uniform acceleration, that is A. So distance traveled by an object is given by the area enclosed within OA, BC. This is OA, B and C. So we can see here we have a rectangle, that is OADC. This is a rectangle OADC. Also we have a triangle, that is ABD. We have this triangle ABD. So when we will find the area of OADC and ABD and add that, we will get the distance. So what is the area of rectangle? That is length into breadth. Length is OC and breadth is OA, plus half base into height is the area of triangle. We will put the values. Now we know that OA is equal to U, OC is equal to T, AD is also equal to T, and BD is 80. When we put all these values in this equation, we will get this. After solving this, we get S is equal to UT plus half AT square. Now we have derived the second equation of motion also. Now third is the position velocity relation given by v square minus u square is equal to 2as. This also is a velocity time graph. So here we will get distance by the area enclosed by the trapezium OABC. OABC, this is the trapezium. So what is the area of trapezium? It is sum of parallel sides into height divided by 2. We will put the values here, and we have OA is equal to U, BC is equal to V, OC is equal to T. When we put these values over here, we will get this equation. So also from the first equation of motion, we know that V is equal to U plus AT. Then AT will be equal to V minus U, and T is equal to V minus U over A. So now put this value of T in this equation, then we will get S is equal to U plus V by 2 as it is. and in the place of t we have put this v minus u over a. Upon solving it, we will get v square minus u square over 2as, and ultimately v square minus u square is equal to 2as. Next is the concept of uniform circular motion. So we know that when the velocity of an object changes, we call it as acceleration. So this change in the velocity of an object can be because of magnitude change or change in the direction, or it can be because of both of them. So when athlete running on a rectangular track, he has to change his direction of motion 4 times. Similarly, 6 times in hexagonal track and 8 times in the octagonal track. Ultimately, when we keep on increasing the sides, we will reach to a circle. So if an athlete moves with a velocity of constant magnitude along this circular path, the only change in his velocity will be due to the change in direction of motion. So change in direction of motion will provide the acceleration. So next we know that the circumference of circle is 2 pi r, where r is the radius of circle, and when the athlete will run, he will cover the distance of circumference of circle, that is he will cover the distance 2 pi r. So the speed of athlete will be 2 pi r divided by t. So when an object moves in a circular path with uniform speed, its motion is called as uniform circular motion. So the examples are motion of moon revolving around sun and the cyclist cycling on a circular track at a constant speed. I hope this video was helpful for you all. So in the next video we will discuss some numericals based on the concepts of the motion chapter. So press the bell icon for the notifications. Do like, share, comment and subscribe, and thank you.